What do I do?
I'll just ask you the questions.
Okay.
Answer them however you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ready? Okay, how are you today?
Good.
That's good. What did you do for fun on the island when you were a kid?
We did a lot of things. We used to play games all the time in the evening. We played board games in the house. We used to make our own kites. We used to make our own slingshots. We used to hunt. Um, in the winter time, we used to skate. I used to like skating in the moonlight. We play hockey, baseball. Um, in the spring, there would be little fishes. We used to go catch them. In the fall, we used to know all the where all the orchards were. Back then, there used to be people must have planted a lot of fruit trees and in their yards, and so we used to know where pear trees, thimbleberries were over here, walnuts were over here. We used to go and get rhubarb. We knew where it was. Wild strawberries. We used to know all that, and apples.
Did any of that change when you grew into a teenager?
I grew in it. It did. They were still there, but not as much.
Did the island look any different when you were younger?
Yes.
How?
We didn't have any paved roads, running water. We had black and white televisions. We didn't have no game systems.
What were the houses like when you were growing up?
They were run by wood stoves or oil stoves. We used to haul wood. They just were like the house that's over here is the one I was brought up in, so it was they're not like up to date how they are now with flooring and stuff like that.
Where did your family go to get food or supplies that you needed when you were young?
They used to go across the river to get most of the food.
What responsibilities did you have when you were young?
We used to haul water. There used to be a pump house up front by Dean Jacobs, and we'd go there, and there used to be a tap, an outside tap, and we'd go there, and we'd have to stand. I remember standing out there in the really cold, and my gran would be in the car waiting for us, but we'd have to fill up the water things that we use for water. And also we used to haul wood, but I used to like that, going out in the moonlight and going out and hauling wood. Those are some of the responsibilities. And the other thing, we always had a garden. We had 2 gardens, and we used to pull weeds, and we used to pick the potato bugs that were on the potato plants. I remember that. And for a treat, we'd go get an ice cream, go for a ride and get an ice cream. But we're always working. I used to cut grass when I was young. I was 11 years old. We always did, we used to hang up laundry. We didn't have a washing machine, so we had a wringer washer. A wringer washer, I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a great big tub, and it had a wringer where you put your clothes in to take up the water. And you'd hang your clothes on a clothesline.
What were the waters around Walpole Island like when you were growing up?
They were clean. We used to be able to go swimming in there.
Were the natural resources and wildlife more abundant when you were younger?
I'm not really sure, but I would think it would be.
Where were the deer nests when you were growing up?
I didn't know anything about deer when I was young.
Did you ever hear any stories about them?
No.
What kind of game was on Walpole Island when you were younger?
fishing and duck hunting, and there used to be muskrats.
Did your family speak Ojibwe or English when you were growing up?
They spoke English. My grandmother spoke Ojibwe.
What were the biggest challenges when you were growing up?
I don't know if there had any biggest challenges. We just adapted to the way we lived. It wasn't anything that was difficult. We used to always have fun all the time.
Do you have any weird facts about your childhood?
What do you mean weird facts?
Out of the blue, something different?
One of the things I can think of that's funny is that I told you that we used to hunt, and back then we used to have muskrats in the ditches, and we used to set traps. There's two kinds of traps. There's a stop lock and there's a cooney bear, and we used to do the stop locks, and we used to put our foot on it, and it would open up like this, and we'd go put them in the holes where the muskrats were in the ditches, and because we did, I don't know, maybe we just never asked for a flashlight, but we didn't have a flashlight, so what we did, we used to get newspaper and we used to roll it up, and then I don't know why we would run down the road, but we liked the newspaper, and we would run down the road. It would be nighttime. We'd run down the road and we want to go check our trap and see if we caught a muskrat. That's how we, it was our flashlight. So that was one weird thing we used to do.
Do you have any special sayings or expressions?
From a long time ago? I remember teenager we used to say we're hucks or something. That's all I can remember.
What was your most cherished family tradition?
Christmas. I like Christmas yet today, and we always ate together. Yeah.
Are there times of your life that you remember more vividly than others?
I just think about some of the things that we used to do when we were younger, and think about it yet today. Yeah. How times changed.
What were the wild horses like?
I didn't know the wild horses. No, just my aunt told me that when she used to get off the ferry, they used to run right around where the ferry was, where it landed. So I didn't have any information about any wild horses.
Did you attend school on the island, or did you go to a residential school?
I attended school on the island.
What was school like when you were growing up?
I remember we used to stand in line and we used to take vitamins. They used to be black. We'd stand in line and the teacher would give us these vitamins. And I remember a teacher used to make us some kind of milk, but I didn't like it every day. That was something that we didn't see today. And we didn't have a school bus, so this one parent used to take us in her station wagon to school.
What was it like when you got home? Sorry. I skipped that one. Where did you work for most of your life?
Who, me? For social services. I've been there, be 26 years in March 9th.
And how was that?
I like it. Yeah.
Do you have any children?
I have 3 boys.
In the past, what was it like raising children on Walpole Island?
It was okay, but seeing them going into video games and computers and everything, it's different from a long time ago. Yeah.
Over time, have you changed the way you look at people in life?
What do you mean by that? Say that again?
Over time, how have you changed the way you look at people in life? Like, are you a different point of view?
I don't look at people different, but I find the technology that's there. For me, it's difficult to learn.
Mhm.
I remember when I first learned how to use the remote, and my children are teaching me how to do it, and they told me, "Welcome to year 2000," because electronics aren't my thing.
What did you like most about your life?
Um, I liked everything. Like I used to sew with my gram, used to
Mhm.
bake with my gram, used to play outside all the time. We're always outside from morning till dark. Used to go swimming. We did a lot of different things than children do today.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you think has stayed the same about you throughout life?
Some of the things that I've done a long time ago and that I enjoy, I sort of still like them. Like having an oil lamp and things like that. And gardening, I still do gardening. I still do baking. Um, I've learned all that when I was young, and I do like crafts with my gram. So all those things that I've learned when I was younger, I still do them today, and I pass them on to my children, learning to make different things. And they also do the baking. I've taught all my children, even though I have boys, all to learn how to bake and cook, and everything I've learned when I was younger, I passed that on to them and my grandchildren.
Compared to today, what are the biggest differences that you've noticed on Walpole?
I would think for me, looking at the different um, it's all, there's different buildings here and different resources that help different community members here, and a lot of resources here, and I like looking at that. And also one of the things that I enjoy looking at is that I'm older now, and I like looking at the younger generation, how they bring into the good things that they have to offer.
Mhm. How do you think we should try to make the Ojibwe language more popular and preserve it?
I I know that we're have different workshops and um, here, and that they teaching it at school. I feel that's really good because it's been not spoken like it's been before, and also I just keep on teaching the Ojibwe language any way you can, because everybody learns different, and learning in school, learning it at like they're having Ojibwe classes at our office too for the workers. So I just think the more we do it, the more we'll learn.
Who do you think has more freedom, our elders or our generation today?
I don't know. I don't know that one. I wouldn't. I guess because everybody's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say some elders, some don't, and some the generation today. So I'd say everybody's different.
Yeah.
I couldn't answer that one.
What do you think that we should do to make Walpole Island a better place to live?
I like the way it is. I just feel that it's. I just like the way it is now. Yeah.
And I think that's it.
That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.